um, I never heard her sing during my visit. So she was actually cleaning a toilet. So in a very revolting attitude, and so I somewhere felt connected. And then over the period of time, I quit my job. Started off with stick bills, and then we were thinking of doing something different post the release of Machine Gun and the Lounge Mix.
So anyway, yeah, so basically এই প্ল্যাটফর্মটা ক্রিয়েট করার যে পেছনে ইনিশিয়েটিভটা ছিল এটা আমার, সেটা হচ্ছে আমি solely I created this platform because of to bring all the people in, যত আর্টিস্ট আছে ইনফর্ম, যতজন কাজ করছে ভালো ভালো বাট আর নট গেটিং এনিওয়্যার, পিপল থিঙ্কিং দ্যাট আচ্ছা স্পেসিফিকলি এখানে একটা কমন ডায়লগ আছে, উই হ্যাভ অল অফ দিস ডায়লগস অ্যাজ লাইক কলকাতায় কিছু হবে না, বাইরে গিয়ে আমাকে আর্টিস্ট হতে হবে, কমন ডায়লগ তুমি তো শুনেই থাকবে, তুমি তো এক্সপিরিয়েন্স অলরেডি। আমি ভাবছিলাম যে এটাকে ইররিলেভেন্ট, মানে এটাকে এই ওয়ার্ডটাকে এই সেন্টেন্সটাকে ইররিলেভেন্ট করার দায়িত্ব আমি নিয়ে নিচ্ছি, যে কলকাতায় থেকে হবে না, ওয়াই? প্রশ্ন যদি ভালো করে দেখো, রবীন্দ্রনাথ এখান থেকেই লিখেছে, সত্যজিৎ রায় ফায় সব, মানে যত বড় বড় আর্টিস্ট, যত বড় বড় মানে বড় ইন দ্য সেন্স শিল্পী, মোট কথায় শিল্পীরা অর্ধেক এখান থেকে, কলকাতা, ঠিক আছে? তো এখানে থেকে বলা যে কিছু হবে না, আমার মনে হয় কাইন্ড অফ ইনসাল্টিং। তো এই জন্য আমি ভাবলাম যে যাতে ইয়ে আনা যায়। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ Shubhadeep Mitra, Stick Bills, for
So it's
joining
my
us.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
It means a lot. It means a lot. So anything you want to like say before we start off this entire session?
Hi everybody, and this is me, Shubhadeep Mitra, and currently I'm heading two projects like the Baul Kingdom Pvt Limited has the Amar Baul project, which I head currently, and also Stick Bills, which is my recent venture, which is basically a production house dedicated to people who are deserving, and finding the right resources and getting them on board, and then we plan projects and we deliver. So that's the best part of Stick Bills. So we have got a lot of creative space and an independent space at Stick Bills for artists to perform. And since the last project, then Stick Bills has become a very gender friendly workplace. So that's how it is. So that's me and that's us. So you can ask me whatever you like. I'm all yours for the next slot.
Oh, that's the most, one of the most, you know, generous intros we all have till now. That's interesting. So reminding me out of this gender thing, the previously some time back we did a transgender, like bringing all of artists regardless of like making gender a boundary altogether to perform a particular event. Tell us something about that. Like what got in your brain? Like I'll do something
Oh,
like this.
no, it was a very that didn't happen in one day. Actually, it was a long process because 3 years back from the project, I met Shatima at Amrul. I had gone over there, so I never heard her sing during my visit. So she was actually cleaning a toilet. So in a very revolting attitude, and so I somewhere felt connected. And then over the period of time, I quit my job. Started off with stick bills, and then we were thinking of doing something different post the release of Machine Gun and the Lounge Mix. And then we thought of what other elements could we add. And then luckily, like, I had many other friends who were actually transgenders, and so we had a team also. And we decided that let's do a gender friendly project. And during that moment, Raju Das Baul had actually sent me one of the voice clips of Shatima, and then it clicked, like we wanted to make it possible. And then Raju came on board, Bachospati Porno came on board, and Sanjoy Roy was a big support. And then there were Ontika Roy was a big support. And then people started coming in. And one very interesting story which I have never shared anywhere before, this is live and exclusive for you. That is during the day of shoot, that was the 29th of April. That it was basically the World Transgender Day for Vigilance. So
Oh
it was a
God.
coincidence. So we didn't know that. So once we were shooting at Fleury's and Park Street, near that area, there were almost 300 transgenders who were protesting in a rally, and they
Oh my
participated in the
God.
music video. So the sequence that was shot is all live video, and nothing was set. So it was all a coincidence because that happened actually. So I have never shared this story before.
What I mean, like when you guys were shooting that entire project, there were transgender people lined up and revolting, like why this is happening, and you shot in the
No, no,
middle of
no,
that
no,
chaos. Okay.
no, 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 no. They were
Mhm.
protesting for some other purpose. Like it was their
Okay.
day, and we
Oh
didn't
my
know.
God.
We didn't do that background survey that that day was uh, particularly that day. So that's how it happened. So we were shooting on this side of the road, and they were doing it on the other side, and then we merged, and they accepted us. So that's how it happened. So that was the
That
best part, and they
that's a beauty,
participated in
huh?
our video. Yeah, yeah.
That's a
So
beauty. Like,
best part is like মানে আমার এটা বলার পেছনে একটাই মোদ্দা কথা হচ্ছে যে যে স্তরের মানুষদের মানে আমরা এত অবহেলা করি, they accept us so easily. So so that is the thing.
exactly. It even when we were children, when we were in school, class 1, 2, even we've seen even our parents do all of these. Like, এ বাবা ওদিক থেকে ওই হিজড়া আসছে ওদিক থেকে চলে যা নাহলে টাকা চাইবে এসে like what are these notions honestly, right? uh, because at some point I think like how we behave outside with people, it doesn't matter where the gender is the particular thing. We just get stuck in all of those previous things we were taught back in some time, because that's how we act in the entire world, right? So yeah, there was probably network issues. Yeah, India this is, so we can understand. So what do you want to say about the projects till now we have done? Like এখনো অবধি কি কি কাজ করেছো, and most importantly, why did you start Stick Build? Like this is a question I was been thinking for a while. I need to ask, like why did
No,
you start? Mhm.
like see, my mission and vision is Baul Kingdom Private Limited. Okay.
Okay.
Baul
Mhm.
Kingdom is a company where I got inspired by a few of the great Bauls who have lived in Bengal. Okay, one of the names I must mention is Sri Tarakdas Baul. I
That's
met
so
him twice, but then Baul Kingdom is his inspiration. And Baul Kingdom is a place where I try to practice the life of a Baul. And it is perhaps a company which has dedicated itself to bringing sustainability through all its projects for the folk artists and their families. By folk artists, I mean it's a bigger domain.
the
Like
bigger picture, huh?
anything anything attached to art is folk. Done by human beings is folk art form. And I believe that doing this folk art form through Baul Kingdom, whatever we earn, we try to reinvest in other projects immediately. So I have been trying to do this over the last 1.8 years since inception of this company. Well, those Stick Bills is a very new child of mine. Stick Bills is hardly 3 months old, and what was
Come on now.
happening was Baul.
In Stick Bills in 3 months, it has reached such a way. I mean, like it's such inspiring to see. Like people are enjoying the entire content Stick Bills is producing, the artists that is coming on, merging everything. Like it's a cultural jukebox. Honestly, it's a cultural box. When we'll open that box, we'll get surprises. Like okay,
Yeah,
this is something that is happening.
that's what I am trying to do because see, I am very passionate for music, and I have a team which is also equally passionate. So what happens is, if you see, the last 3 to 4 projects of ours has almost housed 80 to 85% of newcomers in the industry. So we are actually not looking for the tag of certain brands. Okay.
Oh my
If
God,
you are
that's a powerful statement. Huh?
so, so if you are a tagged artist, I mean, first of all, I do not understand the definition of a tagged artist.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we search for talented artists, deserving artists, and we do
Working
not believe,
artists,
yeah, we do not believe in getting viral. Okay, so
but still it is getting viral. Come on now. Now that's a tragedy, yeah.
so that is love. Okay, because yeah, I will tell you honestly, there are people who come up to me and say that few stances of my videos are a bit hostile for them. But then somehow I feel that in music video category in West Bengal, to match the standards of Bollywood, we need
Wow.
certain we need certain uh, signature moves, styles, and designs to be incorporated in the music videos, because the international standard of audience, they expect a much, you know, colorful picture,
I get
a
it.
very clear thing in the video, and you just don't listen to music these days.
You just
And
watch
once
the
you are
characters.
yes, and once you are creating music videos, the best part is, see, doing a music video is comparatively less riskier than doing short films or, uh, the audience is more for music videos.
Mm.
But the problem is in Bengal, we were not having proper companies who has dedicated it to their entire thing to music videos. That we are not having right now. But it can happen because Bengal has a lot of talents, but it lacks investment.
Yes,
So that
exactly,
is a
exactly.
big problem. And like few days back, again, Bengali movies were being trolled. We have to understand we do not have that budget in Bengal. Doing a
But
music
still,
video,
but still, we're trying to come up with art forms which are like fitted in this those less budgets. Like people are not
please,
seeing that the work behind what is going on.
no, I'll just add on something here. So, no, we have got numerous amount of talents out here. Bengal
I agree.
perhaps has the highest number of variety of music perhaps in the entire India.
Absolutely
The
agree with it.
folk, the culture of folk has been so diversified in Bengal that Bengal automatically has got a lot of variety. The problem is we do not have people who will hold the hands of these people and bring them out.
Exactly. Like I remember a line. I was watching an interview of Satyajit Roy with one of the like some American producers back in 90s, and he said a fair line, and I still remember this. I watched that 5 years back. I still remember this that he was like in a state of trance. You know, he was just saying, in this country, in our area, in our nation, we have a fairly backward audience. So
Huh.
as you said, people want to watch visuals in a music video and not listen to the thing, which is music. This absolutely defines a statement which Satyajit Ray told us 50 years, 60 years back. That's for sure. Right?
Correct, correct.
He's like honestly saying we have a fairly backward audience because the influence we have from Bollywood and all other ventures and all other stuff is so much that we are blindfolded by other everything. So we want to hear only certain artists. That's it. We're blindfolded. Like, nah, এর বাইরে তো সবই বেকার. I will not listen to it. My musical taste shouldn't change. I will be constraining myself to only one particular thing. And
Now
whenever
I'll
this,
share with you one
Mhm,
very interesting thing out here, that
mhm,
what we do is in Baul Kingdom we promote ethnic folk. Okay, but at Stick Bills, what we do is, see, দেখো কোভিড যখন চলছিল তখন কিন্তু প্রোগ্রাম হচ্ছিল, প্রোগ্রাম যে হয়নি তা কিন্তু নয়, বাট দ্য প্রবলেম ইজ কোন প্রোগ্রামে ফান্ড জেনারেট হচ্ছে।
exactly, I was about to say this.
আজকে অরিজিৎ সিং এর কনসার্টে যে ফান্ডটা জেনারেট হয় সেটা একটা ফোক মিউজিকের কনসার্টে কোনোদিনও জেনারেট হতে পারে না, রাইট? তো
Absolutely.
understand the millennials, they understand a different kind of sound. Now, if I am a producer, it is my duty to reach Tinkori Chakraborty or Tarak Das Baul, Gaur Khapa, or these exponents to the hands of the millennials. আমাদের এটা রেসপন্সিবিলিটি ওদের কাছে পৌঁছে দেওয়াটা এনাদের। এবার আমি যদি একটা পুরোনো সাউন্ডকে নিয়ে ওদের কাছে পৌঁছতে যাই, তারা কোনোদিনও আমাকে অ্যাকসেপ্ট করবে না, করছে না, করে না। So Stick Bills is always working on a matured sound. Like if you see Machine Gun, there's a full rock and roll with a infused like rap, which was beautifully like done
Probably
by
EPR,
EPR.
IR, and all of these people were there.
Yeah. So next we went to Joy Guru Lounge Mix, which was a very ethno track. And lastly, we came out with Shatimas, which was a dubstep, beautifully done by Porno and Vachospati.
Yes.
So if you see, the sound quality is very modern in its approach. At the same time, what we try to do is the singer remains the same, and we don't try to change the singer or the singer's tone, or we don't try to change the singers we don't use auto tune and jabardasti try to change the tones and tonalities. We try to keep things natural.
This word auto-tune has a history, huh?
মানে এইখানেই বলার বিষয় হচ্ছে যে সাথীমা প্রথমে আমরা ট্র্যাকে ওনাকে গাওয়ানোর চেষ্টা করেছি, পরে দেখলাম যে ওনার ওটা অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, সো দেন উই রেকর্ডেড হার উইথ আ মেট্রোনম। ওয়াই উই ডিড ইট, তখন আমরা বুঝতে পারলাম যে ঈশ্বর যেটা করে ভালোর জন্যই করেন, ওটা হয়েছিল বলে আজকে ওনার সাউন্ডটা এত ন্যাচারাল লাগছে শুনতে। And we throw a question to the millennials from Stick Bills that it is time we accept the community.
Like in such a place, exactly, in such a place where we allow gender to be a barrier in music, or especially if I talk about a more broader gender, a broader perspective, I mean in the form of art, where does this line of gender and all of these come? I don't see anything, because art is art. Just experience the art. If you are thinking that, okay, no.
One of my friends who is doing beautifully like Pushpak Sen. If you see, he has got a project like Men in Sari, and he is continuing. Yeah, we are back.
Yeah, there was a network issue. Yeah, just repeat once what you said.
Like we have got a few transgender in our team, artists as well as like the support staff. So I must mention Aditri. Aditri does a beautiful work. She is a cameo model for us. And then we have Shumon Sarkar. Shumon is a transgender makeup artist. She is the first transgender makeup artist in Kolkata. And I am very proud that I get the opportunity at Stick Bills to work with these deserving people. So মানে আমার বাউলদের কাছ থেকে এটা ছিল যে মনুষ্যত্বটাকে নিয়ে চলা উচিত। তো at Stick Bills I get to worship humanity. So that's how it is.
It's such beautiful, you know, honestly I'm বলছি now, I'm an artist myself. I try to play the guitar, by the way. And when I see other people doing stuff which is needed, rather to say, it's needed to be done, that feels so glorifying. It's so beautiful to see. Like honestly, আমি দেখেছি, especially the people in India, honestly, if I say, we just sit and complain that he should do something, she should do something, he's not doing the work, she's not, like pointing others, while we can do it ourselves. Like not many resources are required to start up or make a company or whatever it is. Honestly, you have experienced it yourself, right? People were telling that this is not good, that is not good, that's not happening, this is not happening, but you did it anyways. And now the same people are clapping. Okay, we have got this house standing up with art and all of these. What do you want to say?
No, see, there the problem is Bengali family. Doctor engineer so somehow me it was struggle এটা
Again, network issue. Come on. Let's recap.
am I audible to you?
Absolutely clear.
Yeah. So first, so we were like first problem is being born in a Bengali family and then coming out from job and trying to start an entrepreneurship venture to in music with the Baul Fakirs is a challenge. হ্যাঁ মানে কোম্পানি মানে হ্যাঁ আমি ভাবছিলাম এটা মানে কোম্পানির নাম যদি ধরো টাটা মোটরস হয় ইটস আ বিউটিফুল কোম্পানি কোম্পানির নাম যদি বাউল কিংডম হয় এটা কি করছে হ্যাঁ so this is
Entrepreneurship এর নামে তালা।
so this is one challenge. Okay, second is advertisers tend to run away. Again, investment is a big issue.
Exactly,
মানে
exactly.
people মানে আপনি করেনটা কি মানে মিউজিক ভিডিওই বানাচ্ছেন মানে আর কিছু করছেন না now they do not understand that in a music video there are so many things that goes on হ্যাঁ মানে আমার এটা খুব আফসোস হয় যে আমরা এক্সপেক্ট করি যে ওর গানটা বম্বের মতো লাগছে না একটা আর্টিস্টকে বলতে যতটা সহজ লাগে তো এইটা বলতে তো সেটা লাগে যে বম্বেতে একটা মিউজিক ভিডিওর পেছনে কমসে কম 1 কোটি টাকা বাজেট থাকে
আরো বেশি বরঞ্চ 1 কোটি টাকা
কম
হতে হতে
নয়
এখান থেকে সুইজারল্যান্ড যেতে টিকিটের ভাড়া দিয়ে চলে যায়।
মানে মিনিমাম গুলো বলছি যেগুলো মানে ধরাছোঁয়ার মধ্যে ওকে সেখানে আমাদের এখানে মানে আই মিন একটা মানে শুট 3.5-4 লাখ টাকায় মানে শেষ করতে হয় আর কি এবং সেইটুকু করার পরে গোটা ইন্ডাস্ট্রিটা উঠে দাঁড়িয়ে বলে যে দিস ইজ সুইসাইডাল দে ওয়েট অ্যান্ড ওয়াচ এরপর দেখি পরেরটা কি করে বের করবে
Oh God. Like there's a there's a particular saying that unless and until you start something, people will not get ahead. Especially in the field of entrepreneurship, like you're an entrepreneur yourself, you must have faced all of these challenges. Like people will not start, and by people I mean the ones who are you're close with. They'll not start something. Neither they'll allow you to. That's a tragedy.
this is true this happens this keeps on happening and but then you know what I'll tell you once you have moved ahead you feel that it is okay you don't regret because again there are a lot of sufferings there are a lot of things you have to quit give up to follow these passions um
And especially make a business out of it. Because at the end of the day, we need money to fill our stomachs, right?
not exactly I'll tell you see if you are a passionate artist and you are a content creator if you are very very honest with your content a day will come definitely it will pay you back
Yes, of course, I believe that.
for that you don't need to run behind money because once you run behind money what happens is um, you tend to lose a lot of grounds
Uh, you go off the track, like go against the grain of what's required.
because if you're creating a content it is a very tedious process because you have finance you have art you have science everything is involved in a content especially once you are working with very good cinematographers and directors so what happens is you need a lot of time to study
Of course.
and
Like we have to
doing
educate
more
ourselves in a minute.
হ্যাঁ মানে এইটা আমার খুব মানে দুঃখ হয় যে এখনকার দিনে বাচ্চারা যারা ফিল্ম মেকিং এ আসে বা ইয়েতে আসে মুভি মেকিং এ বা মিউজিক ভিডিও মেকিং এ তারা অতটা সময় না নিজের পড়াশোনার পিছনে দেয় না আর একটু দেওয়া উচিত মানে।
Exactly. Like there's a difference between an artist and an educated artist. Like education in the sense of knowing what you are doing, your art specifically,
Correct,
right? Because
correct.
I think if you know your art,
Mhm.
indirectly you have made yourself capable to make money run after you. Honestly, right? If I'm not wrong, yeah. So I think content creators nowadays, like they will have thumbnails like get $1 million overnight, and they get 165 views on the first day. Okay.
না দেখো, এই যে ইউটিউবে না, আমি তোমাকে একটা খোলাখুলি কথা বলি, এই যে
Sure.
ভিউজ কেনা বা সাবস্ক্রাইবার্স কেনা, এই যে বিজনেসটা হয়েছে না, দেখো ইটস আ বিজনেস এন্ড আই মাস্ট নট কমেন্ট অন সামবডিজ আর্নিং অর সোর্সেস, বাট হোয়াট আই ফিল ইজ যদি মানুষ ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট আর্টিস্টদেরকে ইউটিউবে আর একটু বেশি করে শুনতো, তাহলে এই পয়সা খরচা করে এরকম একটা এনভায়রনমেন্ট তৈরি করার দরকার ছিল না। আজকে কি
Yeah.
হয়, হোয়াট হ্যাপেন্স ইজ whenever a company goes down বা ইউটিউব যদি কোনোদিন কাউকে ব্ল্যাকলিস্ট করে, হোয়াট হ্যাপেন্স ইজ অটোমেটিক্যালি সো মেনি আর্টিস্টস আর লায়াবল। চ্যানেলটা পড়ে যাওয়ার সাথে সাথে কতগুলো আর্টিস্টের জীবনটাও পড়ে যায়।
Exactly. Mm.
এন্ড সাকসেস ডাজ নট কাম ওভারনাইট, এটা হতে পারে না যে সাকসেস রাতোরাত চলে এলো।
Specifically in the genre of art, it's not possible. It takes years of work, hard work, honestly.
হ্যাঁ,
ভালো খাটনি লাগে।
মানে
You have to like
কিন্তু
analyze
success
everything.
সময় লাগে।
Exactly. It's
আর
like
আমি
you know.
কখনো
Mhm.
মানে ভাবি যে প্রত্যেক মাসে অ্যাটলিস্ট একটা করে মিউজিক ভিডিও যদি আনতে পারি, প্রত্যেক মাসে আমরা না মানে মানে মিউজিক ভিডিওটা আনার জন্য যতটা না কনসার্ন, তার থেকে বেশি আমরা কনসার্ন হচ্ছে প্রত্যেক মাসে 22টা-30টা লোক কাজ পায় স্টিক বিলসে।
Wow.
এটা
It's
আমার
become
খুব
the
ভালো লাগে।
it's become the next Coke studio, huh? In a short
আর
period of
নো
time.
নো না, ওইদিকে আমাদের যাওয়ার কোনো ইন্টেনশনই নেই। আইল
Mm.
কিপ অন ওয়ার্কিং উইথ মিউজিক ভিডিওস অনলি। কারণ মিউজিক
Oh, yeah.
ভিডিওসটাতে
Mm.
আমাকে দুটো দেয়, মানে একটা হচ্ছে লোককে কাজের ব্যবস্থা করতে পারি ইজিলি, সেকেন্ড হচ্ছে ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট আর্টিস্টদের সঙ্গে কোলাবোরেট করার চান্সেস থাকে, থার্ড হচ্ছে ইটস ইটস আ মানে ইটস আ প্লেস ওয়্যার আইডিয়াস আর জেনারেটেড।
Uh, we
মানে
are free
স্বপ্ন
to
জন্ম
work with
দেয়।
ideas. We can do anything, but it's a freedom.
হ্যাঁ, তো এভরিবডি ইজ গিভেন ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট স্পেস টু পারফর্ম দেয়ার বেস্ট। আর নাও স্টিক বিলস ইজ স্লোলি গ্রোয়িং অ্যাজ আ ফ্যামিলি। It's very
Yes,
slow
like
but steady.
it's yeah. When I first found out stick bills, I found out through the project of that the rap thing. I just forgot the name. Where
Machine gun.
yeah, machine gun. So I just found out stick bills from there, and that point of time, stick bills has like in terms of number counts. If I say like I shouldn't be saying, but in number counts, it was like 250 likes on our Facebook page. With
250,
that kind of with that kind of content, and honestly, I'm saying I've seen rare people developing this kind of content, especially in Bengal. Rarely, I've seen. It's like rarely. Like honestly, I'm saying like it's a privilege for us. Like we are young artists growing. You're already done things. You've already done diploma, MA, masters, everything in art. Okay. You've worked with tremendous number of artists, tremendous number of production houses and all of that. So you're a production house yourself. Baul Kingdom Pvt. And I see now it has gone to nearly 1,000. So that's a linear
yeah,
growth.
like instead of I see, I'll honestly tell you something out here.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of paying for subscribers, we have a different strategy altogether. My intention in life is to keep working with as many artists as possible. So what happens is, even if a single artist gets me around 10 to 15 subscribers, so once I work with 100 artists, they get me around 1,000.
Oh,
So if you can,
that's the spirit of entrepreneurship, huh?
so if you can reduce the lead time of work, and if you can deliver more content and bring in more people in the team, so automatically what happens is they keep on bringing and the channel grows.
And honestly, এখানে কন্টেন্টের একটা বড় হাত রয়েছে. If your content is good, you don't need people to tell subscribe. They will.
Yeah,
That's the
so
thing.
content is the main thing.
People lack this. Honestly, Buddha, people lack this. People create content 12, 10, 20, 25 videos. 3 views and 1 like. I'll not do it
At one
anymore.
point of time, I was so frustrated. I felt that Stick Bills would have a, like, maybe a Galagali show.
But
হ্যাঁ
people
মানে
are
লোকে
coming and abusing.
হ্যাঁ মানে লোকে বিকেলবেলা রাত্রিবেলা যদি কাজ থেকে ফিরে আরেকটা লোকের খাওয়ার ভিডিও দেখে সে কতটা খাচ্ছে। I mean, I do not question the artist. I question the viewers.
That statement actually kind of contradicts. We have a fairly backward audience here. Come on now, this is true. Absolutely true. The audience
তো
here doesn't know how to perceive or listen good art forms. It's a sophisticated thing. So you have to be sophisticated yourself to understand all of that.
এখন আমার মনে হচ্ছে মানে স্টিক বিলস এর মানে অনেকদিন তো সিরিয়াস কাজ করলাম, এবার একটা দুটো একটু লাইট ওয়ার্ক করা উচিত আর কি, বিকজ মানে you get to enjoy life and then you create madness, so that is also required. হ্যাঁ, তবে ইয়াং ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট আর্টিস্টদের সঙ্গে কাজ করার একটা মজা হচ্ছে দে গিভ নিউ ডাইমেনশনস এন্ড পার্সপেক্টিভস টু আর্ট and they enrich me also.
Exactly. Like you keep on learning, no matter it's just artist just coming up or it has grown to somewhere else. That's the beauty. I think that's the beauty. Like seeing these rare productions coming up, beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Honestly, it's beautiful. Like, please keep carrying on this work.
গানটা তো সাথীমার গান হিসেবে এখন আর নেই, মানে এটাতে কি হলো, এটাতে মোর দ্যান সাথীমা কিছু ট্রান্সজেন্ডার আর্টিস্ট যারা হয়তো বিভৎস ট্যালেন্টেড, বাট দেন প্রোডাকশন হাউস পায় না, নিতে চায় না, ঠিক আছে। এবং সব থেকে দেখো মানে সিনেমায় বা মুভিতে এদেরকে কি দেখানো হয়নি আগে? ডেফিনেটলি দেখানো হয়েছে, বাট দ্য প্রবলেম ইজ ইদার ইউ হ্যাভ শোন দেয়ার সাফারিং, either you have shown them as a toy, either you have shown them as a thing which is like very abnormal and trying to be normal, and
they are like apart from our so-called societies, like boycotting them in some sort.
মানে বলিউডে প্রচুর সিনেমা হচ্ছে যেখানে ট্রান্সজেন্ডারদের দেখানো হয়েছে ছেলেদেরকে সাজিয়ে,
তাও আসল নেবে না যারা অ্যাকচুয়ালি ট্রান্সজেন্ডার, অ্যাকচুয়ালি ট্যালেন্টেড।
হ্যাঁ, তো সেইখানে আমার মনে হয়েছে যে স্টিক বিলস একটা নতুন প্রোডাকশন হয়ে সাথীমার সাথে এই প্রজেক্টটাতে কাজ করতে পেরে আমাদের এটাই মনে হয়েছে যে সাথীমা is not just a singer, or this song Haire Koli Kale is not just a song. It is something that would inspire people to come out of the boxes.
Like, honestly, Stick Bills and entire Baul Kingdom Pvt is filling such a huge gap which is actually required in the society. Actually required, I mean, honestly. Like,
কতটা করতে পারছি জানি না, মানে চেষ্টা করে চলেছি আমরা সবাই মিলে।
So as a creator তুমি বুঝবে না, but as a viewer, আমি তো একজন viewer to Stick Bills and Baul Kingdom Pvt, I say one of the most fantastic work going on right now. Honestly I say this. Like I can't say this enough, but very rare এরকম আর্ট ফর্ম দেখা যায় যারা এমন লেভেলের কন্টেন্ট ক্রিয়েট করছে which is hard to miss. You can't just scroll up, you have to click it, you have to watch it. Whether it has 16 views, 100 views, I don't care. Those 16 people who are watching are sophisticated people. ওটাই অনেক, right? You don't want 100 crap. You don't want 100 crap people. আর কমেন্টে গিয়ে লাগবে এটা আর্ট নাকি, এসব হবে না, will not support any other artist. এটাই প্রবলেম. And seeing you filling all these gaps, nothing to say. Like It's such
No,
a
so kind of
honor to
you.
have you in all of these podcasts. Like I was first thinking like I'll ping Shubhadeep the will he say no I'm busy sorry I'm like okay please come to our podcast and something.
না না আমার তো কাজ নেই কোনো।
We entrepreneurs are like this. We jobless.
হ্যাঁ, basically I don't do anything.
But still you do a lot of
Either
things. That's the
spend
magic.
my entire day and reading blogs, or I spend most of my time on YouTube. Like 6 hours a day I spend on YouTube.
Or like
And
you're a content consumer and content creator at the same time. One, it's not fair. Huh?
না মানে আমি একটু শুনি, মানে তাতে আনন্দ হয় যে নতুন নতুন বাচ্চারা কাজ করছে বিভিন্ন জায়গায়। প্লাস ইউটিউব ইজ গুড, মানে ইউটিউব ইজ এ গুড প্ল্যাটফর্ম অ্যাকচুয়ালি, মানে অনেক
Yes,
কিছু পাওয়া
absolutely.
যায় ভালো। তো দ্যাটস হাউ
Such
মাই
beauty,
লাইফ,
such beauty.
মানে
Like I
বিরাট
wish.
কিছু করছি না। মানে মাসে একটা বিজি থাকি, এছাড়া মোস্ট অফ দ্য টাইম আই এম স্টাডিং or I am with a few of my closest buddies and that's it.
It's such a beautiful day for me to have a conversation with you. Thank you so much. Like it's a
Same here, same here.
end to this. So would you like a have a short 10-second message for me? Like what I'm doing, what do you think?
So Suparno, মানে first of all, see, this is the first time I am seeing you.
Mhm.
We had discussions, and I think that whatever you are up to is beautiful. Okay,
Oh, that means a
and
lot.
because see, once we are content creators, okay, we also need people like you who would actually help us to reach to the crowd. So that is
Ah,
again important. বেসিক্যালি ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে যে দেখো, আমি যেটা বলছিলাম, উই আর লাইক এন ইকোসিস্টেম, ওকে, and everybody's presence in this ecosystem is important, be it the broadcasters, be it the media people, be it the people who are backstage, who perform on stage, and the other people মানে যারা সো কল্ড ইনভলভ থাকেন একটা প্রজেক্টসে। তো এভরিবডি ইজ ইনভলভড এবং তাদের সবাইকে ইকুয়ালি সম্মান করা উচিত, okay, despite of gender. And the work that you are doing, Shoporno, is beautiful. Okay, please
that means a lot.
continue. হ্যাঁ, মানে maybe we will definitely collaborate with each other again. ঠিক আছে, আমাদের
Ah,
আবার
of course, I'm open.
and মানে ভালো কাজকে সবসময় সাপোর্ট করা উচিত, এবং আমার মনে হয় সবাই মিলে যদি অল্প অল্প একটু একটু করেও সৌপর্ণর মতো কাজ করতে থাকি, ওকে, তাতে আর্টটা বেঁচে থাকবে, কিছু বেঁচে থাকুক আর না থাকুক, আর্টটাকে বাঁচিয়ে রাখাটা আমাদের কর্তব্য।
Exactly. It's
That
a
is,
chain. So that's why I was like thinking of bringing people to talk with. Like there's some rare people who you can talk with seriously. Rare people who you can talk with, like good conversations, not Pasharibari Kaku, what he's doing and all of that. Good talk, sophisticated talks. And finding such rare people like you is rare.
so
Honestly.
kind of you, and definitely we'll have a nice time again.
Absolutely, it's such a beautiful thing to have a conversation with you. Please carry on your work with Stick Bills and Baul Kingdom Pvt. Like I can't say, like I have told hundreds and thousands of times, it's one of the best things going on right now. Please bring in more artists we have not witnessed, what we have not seen yet. Please bring people who deserve platforms but don't get because of so-called uh, societal structures that won't allow them to. And please carry on your work. Like it's beautiful. It's beautiful to witness. To have people like you in the podcast. Please carry on. Like, and of course, our plan of like I'll be available in one of your next shoots. I'll go there and disturb you all day. Please.
Yeah, sure, it would be my pleasure. Soon shooting Anushka Patro. We just completed
Yeah,
our voice.
I was seeing a story of Anushka Patro telling that another project is coming. Would you just tell 5 minutes if possible about that thing? What's coming up?
It's an original composition made.
Mm-hmm.
We have got Shubhankar Chatterjee in the team, and
Okay.
as a music director, and I had a plan to work on a original composition, and because we were working on folk music for a long time, and we wanted to do something else, and like keep aside rural folk music, and go into hip hop in the commercial segment. And for that, our choice was Anushka Patro, because young, vibrant. We needed a female voice, and she was very appropriate for this song. And so she was in the team, and a very dedicated singer she is. So very soon we will be shooting her in Kolkata itself, and definitely I'll let you know. So please drop down. It would be a pleasure
Yes,
for
yes, yes.
us.
I'll come and disturb you all day. No, no worries. I'll take away cameras. I'll take away microphones. Run with them. You all guys will be running after me. That's all gonna happen. No
So
worry.
we'll have a fun time together. So you
It
can
will be a
definitely
pleasure for
drop.
me to actually like witness all of this happening because I've never seen live like this kind of content busting out in Bengal. Like, it's not joke. Come on, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's like next level things going on. Please continue. Please continue. I would like I would be in a rally that if sometimes we have all downfalls and all of this. If sometimes there's a downfall, we'll again come into a session and bitch about that. Don't worry.
Sure, sure, sure. Please, please. We would be like, we would love to have you on our set, and I'll definitely let you know.
Sure,
So
sure, sure.
please come down.
Please, we mean a lot. Like having an invitation with such like production houses, like so beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. It's a Sunday. We all have mountain jhola and bath and sleep, but here we are chatting away like jobless people. Anyway. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Shubhadeep
Thank
Mitra.
you so much,
And
Aparna. Thank you. Yeah.
it means a lot. It means a lot to have you. I'll see you soon and again call you from another side with other projects
Sure,
and
I'll
of
be there.
course.
Don't worry.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. And people, I'm telling to the audience, if you are not familiar with Baul Kingdom Private Limited, if you are not familiar with Stick Bills, what are you doing? Come on now. I'll leave all of the links in the description. Please check them out. One of the best things you ever witnessed. The content these guys create and the team behind what goes on, it's a beauty. You'll never miss that. Thank you so much, Mr. Shubhadeep Mitra, for
Thank you
joining
so much.
us. It was a
Thank you
pleasure.
so much.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.